What the fuck is this? Okay, weird ass motherfuckers. Okay. All right, we're live. All right, we're good. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, we good. All right. I'm just gonna make sure I am live on both Kick and YouTube, you know. And then we can finally or, oh shoot, turn this off. Then we can get into all the content. Did I? I don't think I streamed yesterday. I missed you guys yesterday. That's my bad. You know what I'm saying? Today, I got some sick content, but I kind of also want to let you guys decide. Should I do like stream beat making, then like reaction content, or should I just do plain old beat making, or no, plain old reaction content like I regularly do? Y'all go ahead and let me know. Checking on my YouTube stream, making sure it's all working. Just waiting for some more people to file in, and then we can get started. All right, chat. Just waiting. Damn. All right, chat. Let's get into some beat making. Show you guys my so I'm just getting into FL Studio. Window. Studio share. Okay, I can't share. Apparently, I can't share that tab. No. All right. I don't know, Chad. Maybe we should try Band Lab. I think you should try that. Hold on a second, Chad. I'm just pulling up the actual studio. All the instruments, presets, bloody, 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 and then we can get started there. If you know, then you know we are. Yeah. If you know, yeah, you know what we are. Yeah. All right. This is like a brand new project. Give it a couple seconds. See how this goes, Shaq. All right, what's up? Let's go. All right. Let's get to it. I don't know what kind of track. What kind of track should I make? Should I make something like hip hop? Should I make like some modern day rap or something like that? Or should I make like something chill? I don't know. Y'all tell me something. Tell me. I know. Oh no. Let's start with like a clip of me singing or something. Me singing, yeah. Gonna be singing, yeah. Ooh, I can't go that deep. My singing voice. Goodness, goodness me. They telling me I should go away, but I can't. Oh, I can't. I gotta go. I gotta dip. I can't stay. I gotta dip. Let's make something bouncy. Should I make some? I don't know, Chad. Let's make a base. Goodness gracious, let's get like a baseline or something here. Maybe. Hmm. Electric bass. I just got an idea. I just got an idea, Chad. And, all right, I need a sampler. You drag this back here. BandLab sounds. I need like a, keep in mind, y'all, I'm doing this all without a headset. I really do have to get a headset, like for real. I think the kicks have to be in keys, bruh. Right, tonal kick. I searched up tonal kick. My bad. Okay. Let's find some new kick. No, we don't quit. We don't quit over here on this channel. Never quit. Nah. Here, cause oh, never mind. I think it did its job. Boom, boom, boom. I I have to get a new editing software, music making software. Because I'm not gonna lie, MLab, wow, 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 wow. I have to turn this down. Hell no. Maybe just see how it works. Y'all enjoying this over here, chat? Check something real quick. Alright. 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 We alright. We alright. Alright. Yeah, yeah. Alright. Yeah, we know we alright. I'm not really feeling this. Yeah, man, I'm not really feeling this. Yeah, Chad, I'm done. Yeah, Chad, I'm not feeling that. Laggy as hell. And really wasn't getting anywhere. All right. Let's go. That's content. Yes. Do that now. Hopefully, get some more people to file in. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. All right. Just find some content. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all so y'all can see. Mm-mm. There's banned NBA players making a comeback. Sounds interesting. Dubai's man-made island. How does YouTube even allow this kind of content? The hell is that? Oh, they're probably rating freaking Fortnite skins or something. Save that for another video. Okay, that's disgusting. Thing is alive? Dude, what the heck? Oh yeah. Y'all probably heard about that. Mm-hmm. Pink Sauce Lady pretty much she did it to herself. She didn't do her research before releasing the sauce and just released it like to the world without testing it on our local market, which basically is like setting yourself up for failure, you know? What does this say? J Dub 6'8", 210. Uh, let's see. High shooting, really good finishing, really good defense, good playmaking. Let him shoot. Good YouTuber. No AI chip detected. Non-threat. Jump shot. 24.5 feet away. 2 mile per hour wind. Shoot with 45% trajectory, 57% strength. Do you like to search the web for a new green animation? When AI technology takes over the NBA. Yo, man, bro, that is, oh, bro, can't do that, bro. That ruined basketball. For real, for real. Just have a bunch of robots running across the court, bro. The rapper that let money ruin his life. Trolling a car show convention. Gideon. I got Gideon. I gotta subscribe to that boy. Why OJ Mayo has been from the NBA? I don't know why he's been. Like, wasn't he supposed to be really nice? Cause he beat freaking whatchamacallem, Michael Jordan in a dang 1v1. He was supposed to be really nice. Cool now versus then. Actually, yeah, this is cute. Yeah, I saw this one. This is about a guy named I don't know, but he has a long and storied history. Damian Lillard doesn't want you to see this. All right, add to queue. I think we got enough here. Pop Smoke Gang got revenge. I mean, stuff happens, you know. And we'll be doing a song review. Mazeltron. Mazeltron. All right, I think we got enough here. I just checked out one BLP Kosher songs not long ago. Actually, really good. Goofiest week ever. Let's look. Shoot, I muted it.
Inevitably there will be. Anytime there's a new video game coming out, inevitably there will be leaks. It's just the way the world works, the way the cookie crumbles. Like Michael Jordan in his prime, you can't stop him, you can only hope to contain him. So what happens is, inevitably when these leaks do start making it into...
And I don't think any. Oh, never mind. The Bad Boy Pistons did it. Well, who else contained Michael Jordan? I don't know. I know a couple teams did it. But like once he hit that first three-peat, bro, he was unstoppable. And then he retired, and then he came back, kicked some more ass, retired again, came back, kicked more ass, and then finally was gone. He didn't win any championships in those last years with the Wizards, but still, he was pretty dang good.
To the public mainstream consciousness, studios do their best to kind of put the kibosh on it so not a ton of people see it, because obviously they don't want their product released before it was scheduled to, and they don't want it spoiled for potential customers because it might have an effect on their sales. So it ends up being a big song and dance every time there's a new game that comes out. And that's what's currently happening with Starfield. Starfield has been leaked by more than one person, but I want to focus on one that recently just got arrested for the way in which they were doing it, among other things. It has to be...
can get arrested for leaking video games, bro. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that's such a big of a deal, bro. Releasing video games, like leaking video games. I don't think that's such a big of a deal, but okay.
Probably the dumbest like a stranger to leaks.
Okay.
Video games leak more than my ass after eating gluten. But this time, it's a very big title. Probably one of the most hyped titles in a long time with Starfield. So this is one that they were really watching closely. And the most prominent leaker of Starfield went insano style on how they were leaking it. So not only did he release 45 minutes of gameplay footage from Starfield, he also came into possession of quite a few physical copies of the game itself. Allegedly, he had stolen like review copies of the game and tried to start selling those as well. And most comical of all with his plan here, his nefarious scheme, is that the footage he uploaded from Starfield, he posted onto his own real personal YouTube channel, which apparently had his real name attached to it. Which is, I mean, that's big brain. That's galaxy brain. Hiding in plain sight, right under their nose. Surely they won't think that someone would be stupid enough to upload something like this on their real account. But as shocking as it is to say this out loud, somehow this plan didn't pan out super well. Usually when someone decides to break bad, go to the dark side here and leak something,
Right, you just put it on a burner account or something. It's like a created a new email, um, new YouTube account. They just made a complete burner account. You could have escaped all this. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
especially something as high profile as Starfield, they go through laborious protocol, extensive safety measures are taken to ensure their identity is kept a secret. So it's hard to track them down because it is a crime. You can't do that. It's illegal. Most of the time they'll go through 12 different VPNs, buy a brand new laptop, put a piece of tape over the webcam, wear some rubber gloves really just in case, then upload a cell phone video onto a private Vimeo link, download that link 12 times to degrade the quality a bit and compress it a bit further, then upload that to a private, burner Twitter account, then download that video one more time, and then finally upload it on YouTube to a brand new burner account that's tied to like an anonymous 5-minute mail or something. Meanwhile, the leaker in this case, his name is Darren Harris, his plan was as simple as, I'll just go raw, no rubber. I'm just going to upload this to my personal channel. This will pop my shit off. Let's go. And so he did. Which is, that is a Sigma grind set maneuver right there. He said, you know what? Let's just get right into it. He also uploaded another video where he was just kind of talking about the game. He said, Todd Howard, no offense, but it's a good game. And then he posted tons and tons of proof that he had all of the games that he said he did. He started selling them on Mercari. And a handful of days later, Harris began shutting down his social media accounts. I'm assuming he had some kind of come to Jesus eureka moment where he realized, damn, this was a horrible idea. But it was already too late. The authorities got a search warrant for his house, and he...
I mean, what are they gonna do? Are they actually gonna throw him in prison for leaking copies of the game and selling them? I mean, I know that's a crime because you're basically stealing stuff, like stealing developer materials, like stuff that developers labored over to make and whatnot, and you're just selling them before it's supposed to come out. But what are the penalties for that?
He was eventually
Isn't that basically like cyber piracy or something?
booked with 2 misdemeanors, one for possession of marijuana and another for property theft worth $1,000 or less, and then a felony charge slapped on there for property theft of $2,500 to $10K. He was also released on a $10,000 bond, but is scheduled to appear in court on September 8th. Also, he apparently said that he had purchased his copies of the games. I've gotta say, even if he did somehow purchase these copies of the game, it doesn't mean he can turn around and resell them before the scheduled release date. That's still not allowed. You still can't do that. You know what you can do, though, and should do? buy tickets to
Awesome.
my first ever live event, which is happening September 8th, 9th, and 10th. We're adding a few new things to it, and I want to briefly talk about it. The biggest one is we're going to be filming a music video live, and you, the audience, can be in it. We'll be filming it on the 8th, 9th, and 10th, so in case you don't want to go to all 3 days or can't, whichever day you decide to go, you can still be in the music video if you want to. It's for one of our new songs, The Gentle Men, which is Troy and I's music project. We've released iconic bangers like 2019 Guy. I'm sure you all know, I don't need to go through our resume. We have an upcoming EP that we're releasing within the next couple months, and one of the music videos
On my EP for real. Maybe I should release an EP.
film with all of you if you want to be in it. So we'll be doing that at this event. The bulk of the content is going to be like a really fun hype watch party for our Apex Legends team as they hopefully take home the World Championship. It's $25 for a ticket for whichever days you want to go, or $60 for all 3. There's also a couple of other things we're going to be adding that I'll touch on a little bit closer to the event date. There's a little less than half of the tickets still available, so if any of this sounds like fun, and it should sound like fun if you're a rational, sane person who enjoys a good party, then definitely go to strazcenter.org and pick up some tickets now. I'll put a link in the description as well. Now back to the topic at hand. That kind of concludes the entire Starfield leaking saga here, but that's not where I want to stop the discussion, because I did look at a little bit of the leaked footage just out of pure curiosity. I've been cautiously optimistic for Starfield ever since they showed the most recent gameplay showcase. I thought it looked extremely impressive and really fun. A lot better than I expected it to. But that leaked footage, partner, hooey, I tell you what. That was a bit rough. That put some vegetables on a spoon and said, "Open wide, Charles, here comes the choo-choo train," and I wasn't ready for those vegetables. I've gone right back to being a little nervous for the full release of Starfield, not living up to all the hype. I'm starting to question the old Todd the God Howard here on the direction of Starfield and how it's going to actually turn out. I don't want to like actually spoil any of this for you. Hopefully you haven't, had your whole experience ruined or anything by people spoiling it for you or anything like that. All of the footage and all of the leaks have been reposted millions of times, so it's a very hard thing to avoid if you're trying to. So I'm not going to make it even more difficult. I will just say, one of the biggest disappointing things I saw was how completely barren a lot of it looked, which was one of my biggest concerns with the game when everything was first announced about it. But the gameplay showcase massaged it a bit and made me believe that it wouldn't just be procedurally generated nothingness, because that's super boring. Just aimlessly wandering a soulless, empty, dead world, a barren wasteland. There's nothing enjoyable about being able to explore a ton of empty, like substanceless planets. Just walking by some rocks. Oh, yeehaw, woohoo. I was really worried that that might be the case. I then wasn't as worried after the gameplay showcase. Now after the leaks, I'm worried again, because some of the shit they showed looked more empty than a Burger King. It's a bit alarming. Now, pardon me while I still huff a bit of hopium here. I'm still fingers crossed that this won't be representative of how the actual Starfield experience goes. I'm hoping it won't just be wandering completely empty nothingness. I'm hoping that this was just an isolated incident here, and this won't be what my playthrough looks like. There were a few other features, we'll use for lack of a better term, that players aren't super excited for that came out from these leaks. So overall, a lot of people just had their expectations.
Let's move on to the next video. And also, if we have time, we'll be reacting to a Peaks 100 video. Peaks 100.
This video just dropped of NBA players scrimmaging each other in LA getting ready for the season. Rising stars like Cade Cunningham, top pick All-Star.
Bro, I wonder if like just regular old Joes that are around who can join, bro. Like you most definitely gonna get cooked because you're going up against like NBA players. But like, it'd be a great learning experience, bro. A great learning experience. And you get to watch all the hoopers and whatnot. Watch the hoopers hoop, and you could put some moves in your bag and whatnot. I mean, I'm pretty good. I know I get cooked. I don't know. It's just a thought. Y'all let me know what you think.
Thompson, but wait, is that Joshua Primo? He doesn't have a team after an allegation we have never seen in.
I saw him play, like, I think I saw him play last season. 2022, 2023, but 2021, 2020. But after that, I didn't like 22, 2023. But yeah, something had to happen to him. He like get in trouble or some shit. All right. Tell me, Casey.
In the NBA. A Spurs employee said Primo exposed himself to her 9 times during his rookie season. The Spurs waived him 1 year after picking him 12th in the draft, but he is dead set on making a comeback. Primo knows in sports, with the right talent, you always get a second chance. But how serious was that allegation? Actually, there are disturbing details most people did not see, and it's why he's not on an NBA team already. Does he even deserve another chance? Well, if he returns, there is a list of teams who cannot wait to sign him. So Josh Primo hired a private trainer this summer to impress NBA teams. David Tyndale is an elite coach in Canada where Primo is from. Josh became a 5-star recruit in the class of 2020 with guys like Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and Scotty Barnes. But he only stayed at Alabama 1 year, projected as a first-round pick. Most people thought late in the first round, maybe even the second round, but the Spurs shocked everyone on draft night, taking him 12th overall. But hey, the Spurs know what they're doing. I mean, they took DeJounte Murray.
The Spurs almost always know what they're doing, because like that's why they have the best win percentage ever in the NBA. Exactly right, because they always be making good picks and whatnot. They know when to rebuild, and like even like when they're rebuilding, like the rebuilds are they're never like you know what I'm saying? There's always flashes of something. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yo, chat, if y'all made it this far into the video, drop a sub if you on YouTube. If you want Kick, drop me a follow. We're trying to build this online community for real. Show your boy some love. Let's get back into the content.
And Derek White, 29th overall, who became great. So
yeah, bro, the Spurs shouldn't have let go of Derek White, man.
with their second highest pick in almost 30 years, Primo had to be special. But in the offseason, every player talks about getting in the best shape of their life. I used to think, well, I mean, they have trainers and nutritionists. No, you don't need all that.
No.
A meal plan like Factor is the biggest secret weapon. Factor is sponsoring today's video. They've
Supposed to be like a time-saving gesture or something. Meal prep. I don't know about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. Look at that. Look at that transformation, y'all. Damn. All right. AM 50.
AM Hoops 50, it's 50% off your first Factor box. So they sent him to the G League where Primo started making noise. A Spurs insider said he knows he will be great and he just needs to take the steps one at a time on his way to becoming a star. Photos came out showing his body transformation. A skinny kid in college, but had muscle gains as the youngest player in the NBA. He also grew 2 inches, 6'4" on draft day to 6'6" after 1 season. Primo's biggest strength was 3-point shooting, but he was developing as a playmaker. Rumors said he was the Spurs point guard of the future. Then a huge trade went down, sending out all-star DeJounte Murray, a clear sign of how much they believed in Josh Primo. San Antonio then committed to his over $4 million.
Yeah, man, DeJounte Murray. I love DeJounte Murray, bro.
Contract, but suddenly 18 days later cut him from the team. This came out of nowhere. Everyone started speculating at what happened, but the next day Woj dropped a report that Primo had been accused
Woj bomb.
of exposing himself to multiple women. Normally, when something like that happens, the team will just suspend the player to investigate, but the Spurs were obviously convinced. Then Shams said Spurs psychologist Hillary Cawthon was suing the team, saying Primo exposed himself to her 9 times, but the Spurs did nothing. Primo denied all this, but something didn't add up. Why would an employee keep seeing someone who exposed themselves that many times? I mean, after like number 3 or 4, you'd refuse to see him. But 9? Her lawyer said the Spurs were willing to sacrifice Dr. Cawthon to keep what they hoped would
Nasty.
enter the public sphere and released him. But coach Greg Popovich strongly disagreed.
You know, anybody that has observed the Spurs over a very long period of time knows that an accusation like this would be taken very seriously, without any doubt whatsoever, no equivocation. The Spurs organization would be on top of it.
So tons of fans said they believed Primo. He didn't do this, and if he did, it was an accident. But then they noticed a potential smoking gun. A Reddit user made a post the day Primo got waived. Nobody's gonna believe this, but I know someone who works at the Four Seasons in Minneapolis, and apparently he exposed himself to housekeeping. Now, come on. Number 1, this is a Reddit post. Number 2, I know someone who said blah, blah, blah. But this was one day before we found out why he was cut. This person said he exposed himself a day before it was even announced. It wasn't proof, but Primo was losing a lot of his fan support. It's now been over a year since all this happened. Primo has laid low, but he hasn't been charged with a crime. The Spurs settled that lawsuit for an undisclosed amount of money out of court. He was also suspended by the NBA, but is now cleared and able to sign with any team he wants. At the time of the allegation, ESPN said many NBA teams remain intrigued with Primo's talent and potential, but are searching for a more complete understanding of the situation as they weigh the possibility of placing a claim to acquire Primo. They are obviously still excited about his skills, and Primo is showing them he is ready for a second chance. But does he even deserve it? I mean, we have never seen a problem like this, and obviously he has serious issues. At the time, he blamed things on past trauma and said he checked into a mental health facility, but we have no idea if he has done the
Bro, just control yourself, for Christ's sake.
work to get his problem in check. The worst part is bringing him in could put female employees at risk of future abuse. I believe in second chances, but would have a real hard time bringing him in if I was an NBA GM. But if you have talent, you always get a second chance. It's the dirty little secret of pro sports. Miles Bridges, convicted of felony domestic violence, abusing his girlfriend in front of their child, back on an NBA roster a year later. In 2000, a player named Ruben Patterson tried to rape his kid's nanny, was found guilty, but played 8 more years in the league.
That guy's disgusting, man. Bro. That R-wording someone is a extremely serious crime, bro. If I was like David Stern back then, bro, I would have let him out of the league, bro. Would have took his pay for the season too. Because, like, I mean, flashing yourself is one thing, exposing yourself, but R-wording someone, bro, that's like automatic suspend, like, what's that word? Not expelled from the NBA, bro. Never come back. Can't go to the G League either. Can't go to the D League or G League. Did I just say that? Whatever, man.
League, because, hey, he was a talented 24-year-old. Primo is just 20 and was supposed to be key to the Spurs' future with Victor Wembanyama. So if his friends in the NBA have embraced him back to play in the offseason, you know that they could go to their front office and say, hey, Primo's looking pretty good out there. But who would actually give him that second chance? There are 4 teams on this list that I think would. First is the Utah Jazz. They only have Colin Sexton at point guard, who has experience already sharing the load with another guard, Darius Garland. Next, the Houston Rockets. They just drafted Amen Thompson, I know, but they are loading up on young players and they've got minutes for Primo to show out. Then the Brooklyn Nets need a young point guard. Right now it's Ben Simmons.
Bro, it's just all forwards, and it's pretty much just all forwards and a couple of centers, but no like true point guards. Except for Ben Simmons, they can't even shoot. At least we haven't seen him like really shoot.
And veteran Spencer Dinwiddie. Cam Thomas is a 2.
My bad, Spencer Dinwiddie. My bad, bro.
But the Washington Wizards are a fit too. They signed Tyus Jones, who is amazing, but he's already 27 years old. Whoever signs Primo is going to give him a short minimum contract to prove himself on and off the court. He will try to resurrect his career and get a big payday somewhere. The best case scenario is he has learned his lesson, ends up having a great comeback with 0 future victims. But if the Spurs were right, somebody might luck into a franchise-level player. Now, a superstar who was at those off-season workouts was Giannis Antetokounmpo, impressed by the young guns in LA. Look at Giannis on the sideline talking to his Bucks teammates. But before that, he gave an explosive quote about leaving the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, we have heard that before from Giannis, but this time he is serious.
4chan user trapped in Afghanistan? That's crazy, y'all. You might actually look at that another time. Alright, the rapper who let money ruin his life.
Superstar Prod, a name who really blew up off TikTok a few months ago, been in some crazy controversy over the past few weeks. But before I get into that, where did he even come from, bro?
Yo, what is wrong with bro haircut? What is this? Yo, bro got a like fresh cut and like here. But what is this? Y'all see that? Yo, dog need to get a haircut. I think that's hair.
From Mississippi. And this man an example of an artist being surrounded with music their whole life. Cause back when he was about 6, he made his first song. And for some years after that, he was still liking music, but he ain't really start recording music for real until he was about 10. And throughout his teenage years, he was doing what a lot of other rappers done did. He was just in the streets heavy, being hard-headed, doing whatever. But he still had music in the back of his head. And so throughout his teenage years, he would still be recording music as well as being in the streets. But everything would change when he turned about 17. That was when he first decided to start dropping music. Like I said, he was recording it, but he never dropped nothing. Thing is, when he did start to drop, he never stopped. And for years, he was consistently dropping, and eventually it paid off, but not without no hard work. So bro was just making all his music with no traction for years. And so he started to think he was just a regular person. He had no label backing, he had no money to put behind him. So he just got to thinking, what can I do? So bro got to posting on all these different social media platforms, AudioMac, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. And he was feeling like, okay, I can get 10 to 20K on here, but I need some more. He was feeling like I need something to really put me on. And so after working on all these platforms, he realized it was one he wasn't using. Probably the most important one that I need to start posting on for real, TikTok. So like I said, he been growing a little presence online. Since he was already doing that, he had some music videos recorded. He had some songs out. He had a lot of songs out. So he thinking one day like, oh, let me post this little clip of the music video to my TikTok before I go to work. What he ain't know was that one decision was gonna change your life. So he get to work and kind of forget about it, and eventually his shift in. He get home, get ready to lay down, and out of nowhere, his mama come in the room talking about some, yo, video going crazy. It's at like 200,000. And you know it had to be going crazy if it was on his mama TikTok. And so he like, for real, but he's still tired. He just got off work. He just trying to, go to bed. So that's what he do. Go straight to sleep. And by the time he woke up, the video was at about 1.2 million. And so he like, bruh, why I ain't get on TikTok before? So he thinking right, bro, post another clip. He do good. So he keep going. He wait a few days, post another clip, 2.3 million. He was going crazy. And when the song was going up like this, bro realized he needs some help now. So he started to go out his way trying to get tapped in with somebody who know what they doing in the rap game. He just in a situation where he got a song going crazy. He don't know what to do. And he got to figure it out quick. So he's still going to work at his car shop. And when he going into work now, people asking him what he finna do. Everybody know he got a song going crazy. Everybody know he got the potential to be a rapper. And so they really pushing him, trying to make sure he take full advantage of this opportunity he got. And so he's still thinking to check his email one day and getting all these. The second you start popping, flying to you. But that don't mean every deal gonna be a good one. If you're an upcoming artist watching this and you getting some buzz and you see all these labels reaching out to you, yeah, it might look like a bag, but that deal you signed could also be the one that ruin your life. So if you is gonna sign a deal, you gotta be careful. One morning he in the car with his boy, and he start going through the emails and eventually seen the offer he was feeling. So he replied in the exact same day. They flew him out to New York, and he ended up meeting Steve Stout, the owner of United Masters. And so for the next few days, they just together out eating, just getting to know each other. And Superstar start thinking, Steve cool. He like a real person. As you know, a lot of the industry just, they weirdos. But he was feeling like Steve real, like I really mess with him. I think I'm gonna take this opportunity. And eventually, it do turn into business. And so he ended up signing to United Masters. But one thing about bro, he don't want to be nothing too big. He just want to drop his music, chill at home, and don't really want to be nothing more than that. Like, for example, I just seen somebody talking about this Travis Scott. Travis Scott ain't just an artist. He himself is a brand. Like, Travis in deals with McDonald's and tapped in with all these major companies. But Superstar said he don't want all that pressure on his back. He don't want none of that. He just want to stay in his place, make his music, don't do too much. He felt like at the end of the day, he just want to drop his music and go back to work at the car shop. But before I keep going on, make sure you join the Reddit. That's really a spot for y'all to connect with me, give me ideas, all that. The link is in the description. Tap in. But even though he felt like that, he kept doing his thing. And over the next few months, he would just keep dropping singles. And looking at him, they is going crazy. The last performance he dropped on his YouTube at about 700,000. And that was a month ago. But not too long after dropping this video, he got into a situation that would ruin his life, career, really everything. July 19th, 2023. Panola County Sheriff's Office got a call around 12:30 p.m. And when they got to the house, they found 40-year-old Marcus Wheatley, Superstar Pride's barber, dead. And at first, they didn't know what went down until they spoke to Marcus's grandma. Him and his grandma was at his house and they was just spending time together. And everything was okay until the rapper Superstar Pride walked through that front door. He came in the house and I guess when Marcus seen him, he knew something was up because he ended up running out the house. And when he took off, Pride was right behind him. But think about Pride, he had the scrap on. And the grandma said Superstar started lighting him up. And eventually, Marcus fell on the ground. And the grandma said she watched Pride go in the field and keep shooting him. She said this.
He was a real soft-hearted person. He did whatever he could to help anybody. He was a really nice person.
So, on July 20th, he ended up turning himself in and getting charged with first-degree M. And on July 25th, 5 days after turning himself in, his bond got denied. Even though we don't know how much time he finna get, on average, people facing this same charge normally get hit with life in prison. This man's life and career was over before he could even live. And like really thinking about it, doing what he did was crazy. And in front of the man grandma is even crazier. And I guarantee you it wasn't really an actual reason behind why he killed this man. It seemed like something that was reckless. It seemed like he was just impulsive thinking and did something that he gonna regret for the rest of his life. And I don't feel bad.
Bro, school's so much different than it used to be, bro. From the people, the atmosphere, like everything is just so much different. Honestly and truthfully, not just the atmosphere has changed, a lot of the people have changed too. Because back then you didn't really have to worry.
All right, let's do this last.
Giannis gave an interview saying he won't hesitate to leave the Bucks. But Bucks fans have heard that before. This article is
Look at this one video. And yeah. And that'll be it.
consistent with what he's always said. Long as he sees the organization trying to win, everyone around him's putting in the effort, he's happy to stay. Except that is false. Giannis's threat is different this time. His days in Milwaukee are ending. I'll explain why, but where does Giannis go next? Let's just say a few teams will be very happy to hear this. So Giannis is up for a max extension, but he won't sign it, which makes sense. He can get more money later. But then he said this. Winning a championship with one team my whole career. I'll be 20 years on the same team and don't win another championship. So it is more than trying to win. He needs another ring. The reason is what happened in 2020 when Giannis almost quit the NBA. He had just signed a $250 million contract, but it didn't make him happy. That shocked him so much, Giannis told the Bucks he didn't want to play basketball anymore. But they asked him to first see a sports psychologist, where he learned the only thing that really matters to him is family. During his rookie year, he missed his family so much, Giannis threatened to move back to Greece if they didn't come to America. I remember my mom was crying after I got drafted, and when I came here, it wasn't the same. It was the first time I felt lonely in my life. I could have walked away in 2020. I care about joy and happiness. I care about my kids. So what does this have to do with winning? Well, the one time basketball actually did make him happy was when he won the chip. So it makes no sense to keep playing.
He was unstoppable, like truly unstoppable.
If that's not a possibility. So are the Bucks a contender? Well, the last 5 years, they have had the best record in the NBA. In 3 of those years, they've been the #1 seed. But in the playoffs, things break down. They only have one
They melted, bro.
championship for all that regular season success. And if you ask Giannis's own teammate, it might have been a fluke.
Kyrie did a tweet or an Instagram post or something recently where he was talking about that they should have won the 2021 championship, right? And I have some feedback. It's a rebuttal for Kyrie. Y'all probably would have won that motherfucker.
I think they probably should have. The Nets were loaded, ready to go that year, but on the Bucks.
Okay, maybe that is just Jeff Teague being funny, but if he's wrong, then why have they failed since then? Well, last year, Chris Middleton got injured. They lost to Boston in 7. So that's a good excuse for not repeating as champs. But this year, they lost to the 8 seed Miami Heat. I know Giannis was banged up, but you'd expect it to go more than 5 games. Jimmy Butler went off for 38 a night with Jrue Holiday guarding him. Is there a chance Jrue is slowing down at 33 years old? Actually, the Bucks were the oldest team in the NBA last year. Giannis needs new teammates, but that is almost impossible. Milwaukee brought back 32-year-old Chris Middleton, 35-year-old Brook Lopez. Everyone's contract aligns with Giannis except Jrue. And Jrue actually said he's retiring at the end of this contract. Not enough people mention that. His money comes off the books, so when Giannis becomes a free agent, they'll have a ton of cap space to build around him. The problem? Cap space ain't what it used to be. Free agency has been disappointing lately. Last year, the only all-star to change teams was Fred VanVleet. The Rockets had the most cap space and got Fred, Dylan Brooks, and Jeff Green. Amazing. These days, stars don't even reach free agency. They ask for the big money now, then ask for a trade later. Back in 2019, 7 former All-Stars changed teams as free agents. Since then, it's dried up. In 2020, it was washed up Gordon Hayward and Marc Gasol. In 2021, Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan on sign-in trades, and Kemba Walker. 2022, just John Wall. Cap space means so little in today's NBA. So if that's the Bucks' plan, it ain't gonna work. Of course, plan B is a big trade. What can the Bucks do there? Nothing. They have no great young players to trade. All the core is old and not worth a ton, and they have access to one first-round pick. Even if a star or great role player becomes available, the Bucks have no chance at landing them. So Giannis will look for another team very soon. But
the Bucks might have to tear this all down and just rebuild.
that's okay. He has given so much to this team, and fans will always remember this era. Won their first chip in 50 years, and he's being honest about leaving the team, which is a lot more than most superstars. But where will Giannis go? Well, we can narrow it down to just a handful of teams, because let's be honest, he ain't a perfect fit everywhere. The giant flaw for Giannis is shooting. It's what James Harden meant by calling him not skilled on offense. Obviously, that's BS. But Harden is right about the jump shot. The last 5 years, Giannis has been awful. He's always good at the rim. Last year, mid-range and three-pointers. Specific roster to win. Against Miami, the Bucks offense was so easy to stop. They dump it to Giannis in the paint and just watch him try to score. Here, Giannis dribbles the air out of the ball and bricks a fadeaway. You're not Kobe Bryant. All they have to do is guard Giannis one-on-one and stick to shooters. No one else can get their own half-court shot. Now imagine if the Bucks season ends in failure again. Giannis can make his big decision on June 1st next year, but if he refuses to sign after another bad playoffs, it is panic mode for the Bucks. They're under so much pressure to contend this year. First-year coach Adrian Griffin has to win immediately, but if firing Coach Budenholzer was a mistake, it could mean Giannis is out the door. But how much better will they be this year? Their big two signings were bringing back Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez. Not exactly a huge offseason. If this backfires, Giannis will be the #1 target for every team in the NBA. But where would Giannis make sense? The Cavaliers actually would be in a great position with young players and a ton of picks. They have the flexibility to build around Giannis, with Darius Garland running point. I don't see a path for the Warriors or the Mavericks. It would be awesome to see Giannis with either Steph Curry or Luka Doncic, but neither team has picks to trade and they have very little cap space. If the Miami Heat don't land Damian Lillard, I think they are a legit threat, but the #1 destination is the New York Knicks. The roster is wide open to bring in Giannis' salary. They have every pick to make a trade. Giannis could team up with Jalen
That would be a disgusting roster. Like disgusting.
Brunson and have money left over to bring in elite role players. Like Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Giannis's brother, revealed he was close to leaving the Bucks for the Knicks already. He said, obviously, Giannis is my brother, and obviously I love Milwaukee, but at the same time, I want to play. You always want to play and feel important, which he's not on the Bucks. Maybe the Knicks are already planning to land the Greek Freak. But another big man making waves is Joel Embiid. We know James Harden demanded a trade in Philly, but now Embiid is causing problems for the Sixers. Check it out.
And then we might check that out next time. All right, chat. I think that's about it. Y'all made it this far in the stream, be sure to drop a sub. And if you're on Kick, drop a follow. You know, we trying to grow the community, you know what I'm saying? Grow this online. Show your boy some love, for real. All right, other than that, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.